As soon as the black creature's forest clears up, we'll depart to Acadie. Before that, you'll have to throw away the name Agnes. Therefore I'll give you one gift. There was one time I helped out the owner of the magic tower. This dawn ring is what I received in return. If it's the dawn ring of the owner of the magic tower, it's one of the artifacts created by the owner of the magic tower himself. When mana is infused into the ring, it instantly equips the wearer with armor. Just infuse the mana, and you'll learn how to use it. Wasn't the dawn ring supposed to be given to the heir? Don't be mistaken. It's a waste to see it rot in the warehouse, so I'm just lending it to you. Well, that's not all, though. Do you have any other reason? If you use the dawn ring, an enchanted armor will be put on you. And that armor has an insignia representing each family. It's to hide your identity from any insects around you. Because I hate losing my things to others. Your fake identity is now as the heir of an anonymous viscount. Come up with a good name for yourself. The reason for hiding my identity and for lending me the dawn ring must be the same. I believe it's to not affect Duke Agnes's house. It would be pretty convenient to use the dawn ring when a big shot like a prince comes at me. I hate being bothered too, after all. Joshua. Yes. Do you resent me? Do I resent you? Honestly, I don't know. Even the great Duke Agnes never expected that he would die so vainly in the war between empires that will happen 10 years from now. If I had to pick a reason, maybe leaving me and my mother unattended. And that caused my mother to eventually die. I barely saw Duke Agnes's face in my previous life, so I slowly forgot that resentment. They say time heals all wounds. Did it form some kind of attachment between father and son? Looks like something good happened, Earl Joshua. Ah, I'll have to call you Sir Joshua now. What's the matter? I heard that you're departing to Acadie after the subjugation of Black Creature's forest. If you come to Acadie, please visit me sometime. I'm sure it'll be helpful to Sir Joshua as well. It'll be helpful to me. Yes, of course. The Imperial family can recommend a knight who'll protect them to the Order of the Imperial Knights. Then you can serve in the Imperial Knights without taking the once-a-year Order of the Imperial Knights exam, and you can enjoy the privilege of eliminating the 10-year compulsory service period after passing. In other words, if Sir Joshua wants, there's no problem in leaving after using the Imperial Knights as much as you want. I just want you to know that I'm greedy and want to have you to give you this kind of offer. That laughter mixed with pretense and hypocrisy is really disgusting. If it weren't for those guys behind you, I'd shove my Lucia in your mouth right now. But nonetheless, I have to join the Order of the Imperial Knights. In order to get another beloved weapon from my previous life. It's because my weapon is sleeping in the secret warehouse inside of the Imperial Palace, which can only be accessed once a year if you join the Imperial Knights and become a battalion commander. But for now, I'll have to focus on the task at hand. I'll think about it. I'm busy, so I'll get going. Sigh, that guy, if he had the humility to match his skills, he would make steady progress. Don't be like that. Sir Valmon, let us return to. Ah, yes. In any case, Joshua will come into my possession. Caesar, I won't suffer like a puppet in this life. The one that will suffer this time will be you. With Duke Agnes in the lead, the Black Creature's forest expedition was formed at a rapid pace. Above all else, the expedition consisted of a fairly small group for a group led by the Duke of the country. It was just one group of the Order of the Crimson Knights and Armand, the only fourth-class wizard in the Agnes Duchy, Armand the best fourth-class mage in Agnes Duchy. And Babel and Joshua and 100 other people. Babel, that bastard, why is he staring at me like that? All rise. Show respect to the Duke. The castle of Locke territory, close to the black creature's forest. It's been a while, Reborn. Greetings, Duke. Reborn, former senior knight of the Clover Knights of Duke Agnes, dedicated himself to the House of Agnes for decades. I'm always feeling sorry for you. Even after your retirement, you're suffering in this barren place. No, it's an honor to be able to help you, Duke, even in this way. And I wanted a life where I could live with my family. That's kind of you to say. Oh my Duke. You've finally arrived. I was deeply moved by you once again when I saw you were coming here in person. Greetings, Duke. Ina, Viscount Vig's only daughter Vigo, Viscount, Lord of Locke territory, relative of Vanessa. What a pain in the neck. I should have gone straight to the forest. Reborn. Did you lose your wits after getting old? You should have informed me first if the Duke had come. My apologies, my lord. I expected you to be as skilled as your age. How will you take responsibility for the security here with that kind of mindset? Vigo, you seem to be adjusting to Locke's territory quickly. You're gaining weight every time I see you. Oh my, Duke. It's a great honor. Isn't this all thanks to your assistance, Duke? What? Is he bad at reading the room or just shameless? Now, Earl Babel is also here. You've become more good-looking. It's been a while, uncle. Your spirit has become so great that even I, who knows nothing about swords, can feel it. In the near future, another master might be born in the duchy. By the way, who is this? He's Earl Joshua, Viscount Vigo. Earl Joshua? He's the Lord's second son. Second? Where are my manners? I must have been living with my ears closed. When did Sister Vanessa get an earl like this? Viscount Vigo, he isn't from Lady Vanessa's side. What? That's a surprise. I couldn't have even imagined it. So, what kind of noble bloodline is Earl from? He isn't from a noble family. Ah, is that so? Ugh, dirty bastard. Dirty bastard. That's enough. Don't you have something urgent to attend to? It isn't much, but I've prepared a meal for you all. You should rest a bit. My knights are not so weak. They have rested more than enough on the way. Is there anyone here who wishes to rest? No. Let's go. Duke Agnes. I wish to go as well. With all due respect, I am incompetent and won't be able to provide much manpower, but I am the lord of this land. I can't just stand by and watch. My knights think the same. That's right. We wish to go together. It would be an honor to fight with the Duke. And what about Anna? Will she stay behind, alone? Ah, you don't need to worry. My daughter will surely be able to help out, even if just a little bit. You would bring a child to such a dangerous place. I wish to go, Duke. Please watch. Sylph. A spirit? We recently discovered that my daughter is able to use the spiritual arts. Like magic. Only those that are born with it can use the spiritual arts. Actually, sages are even rarer than magicians. Most kingdoms have less than 100 sages, counting even the weakest ones. I didn't think I'd meet one here. I've never heard of a sage named Anna, but that girl does seem familiar. I've definitely seen her somewhere. All right. Then let us all depart together. My knights will lead the vanguard, while Locke's knights cover the rear guard. Everyone else will stay between them. Understood. Thank you, Duke. Let us depart. It will be good if I manage to obtain a sage. We'll be together for a while, so I'll have time to think about it. If she's crucial enough to my plans, I'll remember. Hey, you. I'll be watching. Avalon Empire throne room. I see. How interesting. So he blocked Joker's skills twice, despite him being a B-rank expert. And he even succeeded in counterattacking. Yes, that's correct. What are your thoughts, Evergrande? I want to hear your words as the Empire's best magician, not as a knight. As I have told your Majesty, it is hard for me to speak too hastily as a magician. Knights and magicians use mana in different ways. Just tell me what you felt. How far will that boy go? Rather than giving an abstract limit, I will explain in terms of the Imperial Knights. Go ahead. First, Sir Valmon. I have yet to fight him myself, but if I fought him one-on-one, there is no way I would lose. Sure. Even if he managed to become a battalion captain at a young age and is one of the most outstanding people in the Empire, Valmon would lose if his opponent were you. But Sir Valmon and Earl Joshua weren't the same. You're not about to say that you can't win against that boy, are you? No, but I felt something. Perhaps he'll be able to defeat me in 10 years' time or even less, but he cannot defeat me right now. One more thing. Please. If I went against you on my own, who would win? Ha ha ha. How fun. It really is. It wasn't enough to send the Crown Prince. I should have gone myself. I must see the boy with my own eyes. Did you call for me, Your Majesty? Jaqen, can you make it so that the boy will stay at the palace for some time? As far as I'm aware, the fourth prince is already making preparations. Caesar is? How unexpected. A recommendation letter from the fourth prince was delivered to the Imperial Knights not long ago. Of course, it was for Earl Joshua von Agnes. A recommendation letter, that was also an option, I suppose. They do have a purpose, but the 11th and 12th battalions have always been unpleasant to me. They're a ragtag bunch that came together because of Imperial recommendations. Report to me if anything happens with that. Yes, Your Majesty. I shall take my leave. Ha 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 ha, Joshua von Agnes. If he's that talented, he may be suitable for that. Qua. Ugh, I'm screwed. Duke Agnes. Why did we stop the march and set up camp here? The Black Creature's forest is right in front of us. If we're in such an open space, the monsters might initiate a surprise attack. Then again, he doesn't care about anything other than his own desires. The Lord alone doesn't know what's going on. How little have you been paying attention? You can tell how the forest functions with just a glance. How it functions. I'm talking about the times at which the monsters rush out. When night falls, monsters spill out of the forest like water. And when there is a red moon, they are especially vicious. But there is a bigger issue at hand. The intervals of their attacks have been getting shorter, which is scaring the citizens. Night will fall soon. We won't be able to see well, and since the monsters will come rushing out, there's no need for us to go in. As expected of the Duke. I didn't think of that. I admire your insight. If you understand, go help set up the camp. Of course. Make sure to maintain your own posts. Understood. Earl Joshua, I think I have enough. I don't, but you can go first. Understood. Please come on time. This is my only chance. Genesis Stone, it is a magic enhancement item that contains the power of creation. Thus, the ancient magicians named it the Genesis Stone. It is believed that there are Genesis stones for water, fire, wind, lightning, ice, and every other element, but the world had only discovered 5 of them. And at the moment, all 5 have yet to be discovered. A Genesis stone can enhance first circle magic into third circle magic. It is an item coveted not only by magicians but also by knights. If I remember correctly, there was a Genesis stone in the deepest part of the Black Creature's forest. It's really dark. If I can just find the Genesis stone, I'll be able to control my overabundance of power. I think about an hour has passed. Do I have to keep going to reach the center? I feel like I'll find it if I just pass that. Huh. Qua. Shit. A black ogre. It's blocking the path to the center of the forest. It's immune to most low-level magic, and you need to be at least a B-rank knight to take it head-on. However, black ogres are solitary monsters. If I fill Lucia with those energies like I did in the test, I can kill it in no time. It'll notice me if I get closer than 10 meters, so I'll make a single leap from here and cut off its head with one strike. It's only a roar, so what's with this pressure? I have to finish it in one blow. How? If I don't dodge, I'll die. Gah. A red moon. If I face the black ogre head-on, I'll lose. I have to hide. Qua. Slide. I have to hide my traces completely. Then the stupid black ogre will pass me by. I have to use the technique that my old friend, the Assassin King, taught me. I'm a little out of practice, but rather than concentrating your mana onto a target, you have to maneuver the mana as if it's covering your body and start to become one with the objects around you. You stop breathing and forget your surroundings. Vio, Kuru. Phew, it worked. It's hard on the body, but I have to go to the center of the forest while my mana's like this. Gah. Did I trip? My back, ow. Shit. Qua. Cool. Kayak. Qua. Ugh, I'm screwed. Qua. Is this a good thing? I've been meaning to test it out. Qua. Magic Spearmanship Stage 2, Second Form, Gust. Ku, KRGG, KRR. Cook. I thought I had properly achieved Magic Spearmanship Stage 2. But I guess not. Huff huff huff, I can't bring out half of the power that I normally could. As I thought, there's a limit with the body of a young child. But I can't just rest like this here. Seeing the direction that the monsters are heading in, they'll meet up with the knights who are camping out soon. If it's like this, then time is extremely precious. I need to find the Genesis Stone as soon as possible and join the Order of Knights. Rustle rustle. It's an attack. Kawa. Yuwa. Emergency. Emergency. All to their stations. The monsters have attacked. Yuaya. KRR, KRRG. Kawa. ARG. Injured. Medic. Form a line. Stop the enemy. Queak. Kia. Crunch. Who is this? Was there such a skilled person in the Crimson Knights? Even just by seeing his swordsmanship, I can tell he's a C rank or higher. Quia. Quia. Shit. There's at least 1,000. There's way too many. We need to retreat. Shut up. I will hand a heavy punishment to anyone who leaves the camping site. Commander. The Crimson Knights are to form a line. Ready for battle. HM. There's no end to it. This isn't what we had expected. Seeing as how the red moon that was supposed to come up next midnight has already appeared like that. Ku AAAA. Yuwa. Shit. At such a time, the only knight B rank or higher around here is me. There's no other option than for me to kill it. I'll split you in half. Commander Chiffon. Quia. The Black Ogre is coming this way. Run. You'll get torn into shreds if you get caught. Shit. The number of kobolds isn't decreasing. Retreat. Withdraw to the back. What happened? Has it become more agile with the help of the red moon? This is bad. Knights shouldn't lose their composure in any situation. Duke Agnes. I'll take care of this now. Kara. KRRG. With just one swing, hundreds of monsters disappeared. This is the power of one of the 9 stars of the continent, Master Agnes. That is your father, Aidan von Agnes. I'm sure you will be able to become like that since you have his blood running through your veins, Earl. He's still a child. No matter how talented he is, it'll be his first time experiencing such a thing, so it makes sense for him to be surprised. Anyways. Now that I think about it. Commander Chiffon, that mute, no, that child, where is he? That child? I'm talking about that illegitimate child, Joshua. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him. By any chance, he didn't run away to try and live on his own, right? This is why we mustn't associate with lowly things. What? Did he really run away? Yeah, we really haven't seen him since earlier. Isn't he too different from Earl Babel? That's too much, even though he has that amazing Duke's blood running in him. What are you all doing? The battle isn't over yet. Keek. May Agnes' radiant glory be with us. The Earl is joining us. Attack. Keek. Look at them running away. We'll make it so that you won't be able to crawl out of the forest again. What's happening? It's a black ogre. Spread out. Quiet. Warg. Don't retreat. Attack head on. Oh no. I thought we'd be able to get rid of them easily, but a horde of black ogres. This aura is Thunderbolt. Earl Joshua. He killed the black ogre that was at twice its normal strength because of the red moon. With just one blow. Joshua, who's only a C-rank knight. No way. What was that just now? Just what trick did he use? That mute bastard just appeared at a good timing after hiding until now. Yeah, it wasn't him. Of course it wasn't. It was the Duke who killed it in one blow. What are the Lock Knights doing? Help the Duke immediately. As we thought, it was just amazing timing. No matter how smart Earl Joshua is, he's only a C-rank knight. It doesn't make sense for him to have killed a black ogre that even B-rank knights have a hard time with in one blow. Alright. Let's annihilate the monsters like this. Everyone help the Duke. Ha, I don't want to be looked down upon like this anymore. It's hurting my pride. Guess I'll surprise them a little bit. Even if I faint because this body can't handle it. That monster will save me. Even just one black ogre is hard, but a whole horde, what are we supposed to do? Everyone, move. Before you also get caught up in it. Earl Joshua. I've become able to use Bronto's power to a degree since the compatibility with me is high, but I can't tell how far my body will be able to handle this skill. Thunderbolt Wind. This doesn't make sense. Earl Joshua really killed the black ogre. The black ogre's skin doesn't even get scratched if it's not a B-rank knight sword aura. That's the skill of a new C-rank knight. No, rather I've never seen or even heard of mana having elemental properties. By any chance, is Earl Joshua a magic swordsman? Magic swordsman. How is he still standing? TSK, that kid, he doesn't want to show himself being weak. That was amazing. It makes sense that you're keeping an eye on him. How is he in your eyes, Armand? I'm not sure about the knight's ranks. But as a magician, seeing as how he's using double casting that requires a higher class than third-class master, he's a monster who has the ability to change the country, no, even the continent's history. Maybe the thing that you have been looking forward to, Aki, I get what you're saying. Is this my limit? Qua. This isn't too bad. Fire. Help me. I can't breathe. Agnes Duchy. Just what is this? Kaya. The building is collapsing. Get out of here. Save me. Please help. Is this a dream? It feels too real for it to be a dream. Duke Agnes. No, it's Babel. Is this the scene where the Agnes Duchy is wiped out? It's something that'll happen more than 10 years later, so why? What is this dream? Am I having a precognitive dream because of Bronto's power? If it's the Genesis Stone, then there's more than enough of a chance. It seems even magicians from that amazing magic tower haven't completely discovered all the powers of the Genesis Stone. What is this wind? You bastard. Draxia, Vel. Draxia Vel Grace. It was definitely closer to a precognitive dream than a normal dream. Rather, how much time has passed? K-Hook. Is my body still unable to endure it? I've entered the second stage after the first stage in magic spearmanship, but the existing second stage of magic spearmanship is similar to the best of a C-rank knight's skills. However, if it's the power of the magic spearmanship that I performed against the monsters, I may be able to go up against early-stage B-rank knights. This is probably because of Bronto that possesses the Thunderbolt attribute, and to add to that, if the precognitive dream is another power of Bronto's. There's a need to dig into the Genesis Stone further. Isn't it interesting? Duke. The red moon that seemed like it'd swallow the world whole up until just a few hours ago is now casting an extremely beautiful moonlight like that. We'll be heading to the academy as soon as we get back to the duchy. As I explained before, your external identity isn't Joshua von Agnes. You are now the only son of the fallen Frederick Viscounty. Someone who is desperately trying to raise the fallen Viscounty back up. That is your new identity. I understand. If it's that, then I'll welcome the conditions. No good will come out of being the center of attention after all. For now, the most important thing is to recover all my strength from my past life. I'm not sure if you were just talking in your sleep, but you mentioned quite an interesting name. Draxia Vel Grace. How do you know that cursed name? Draxia Vel Grace. How do you know that cursed name? No. You should sleep first. We'll return to the estate first thing tomorrow. Secret room in Lock Castle Sur Chiffon. Does Sister Vanessa know this fact? She is already aware. She's turning a blind eye to such a danger that can threaten Babel's heir position. It's not that, but she didn't have the opportunity to do so. Joshua, until now, was a child who did errands in the stables. Who could have imagined that he was hiding such incredible talent? You're saying that concubine's son awakened his talent by himself? Unbelievable. Even young Lord Babel, who's considered the Empire's greatest talent, rose to that position after getting the family's systematic support from a young age, and personal guidance from the Duke himself. But that concubine's son didn't receive any support and guidance from anyone, yet managed to defeat a black ogre with skills greater than a C-rank knight? He definitely wasn't a C-rank. Even among the C-rank knights present there, was there even one of them who could display such abilities? It's impossible for a C-rank knight. It's because they all know that they say things like magic knights. I don't believe he is a magic knight. Considering his circumstances, the other has more credibility. The other? Great power that suddenly appeared one day. It's more than possible if he made a contract with a high-ranking demon. Impossible. Young Lord Joshua has been acknowledged by the Duke and everyone in the Imperial Knight Order. I was there as well. There wasn't anything like demonic energy. How stifling. It's not important whether he has contracted with a high-ranking demon or not. What are you? Ah, that's what you mean. Thankfully, he is still a child compared to his abilities, so he wanted to show off his power. We will show him that such actions will only tighten the noose around his neck. What are you planning to do? I'll continue to keep an eye on the concubine's son for now. My daughter, Anna, happens to also be attending the Imperial Academy. Certainly, obtaining information through her will be easy. You should also start giving more attention to this matter. Things will become a massive headache if he starts desiring the position of heir. We should take measures before that happens. I will trust that you will. Demons, huh? Agnes Estate. My lady. My lady. Cox. Emergency news. What are you making such a fuss over? Young Lord Joshua is planning to return after completing the subjugation in the Forest of Dark Beings. I hear they're preparing a grand feast. Really? Are you not happy? I thought you would be welcoming him. Why do you think so? You didn't really like young Lord Joshua much. He was a mere concubine's son at the time, but now he's the first ever person to become a mana user at age 10. Our Pontier family has plenty of wealth and fame, but there are things that you cannot buy. Which are? Do you know why Duke Pontier sent you and me here? It's because of the mercenary king, right? He's doing whatever he can to connect me with Babel. Who could have thought that the mercenary king would side with the Cromwell family? Mercenary King Barbarian, a sword master of commoner origin who rose to A rank. No, the person who rose to the realm of Axe Master. As one of the 12 superhumans who can compete for the absolute seat of the 9 stars, he became a hero among the mercenaries and banded the mercenaries that didn't have a sense of belonging together. He is called the Mercenary King by the world. The problem is, a spy informed us that the Mercenary King secretly joined forces with Marquis Cromwell. Marquis Cromwell boasts the greatest wealth after Duke Pontier in the Avalon Empire. As fellow merchants, they were always butting heads, and now it's come to the point where a battle for territory could break out between the two families at any time. It wouldn't matter if the intelligence is false, but if it's true, we won't have any way to handle it on our own. We can't even tell this to anyone else either. You are well aware. As the two families that pride themselves as merchants, rumors are a very sensitive matter. What would happen if rumors start spreading that the two families have engaged in a battle for territory? It's obvious how the other families aiming for the two families' trading areas will act. The families are under a silent war, since the empire strictly forbids territorial wars, but the world will know as soon as a true territorial war begins, so the key will be how quickly one side can suppress the other. Are you saying that you can't buy superhumans like the Mercenary King with money? That's why the Duke's trying to get me and Babel engaged. That way, we can get help from Duke Agnes. That's exactly it, my lady. Though I do like strong people, after knowing the truth, I can't help but feel bitter. What's going on? Normally, she would say something like, then it looks like I'm the key to this whole plan. I just don't need to ask him to help us, right? Huh. Duke Agnes is different from the Mercenary King. You may still not understand, but there's nothing more important to nobles than their pride. Especially so if they're one of the 5 great families, the family thinks that there's no need for us to bow down first while we're not in an emergency situation. Do you think differently, Cox? At the very least, I would not do something as stupid as to put pride over the safety of the family. I see. My lady, I already know. Although you are acting like you're interested in him, I know that you're not actually interested in young Lord Babel. I hope you will not be sacrificed for the sake of the family. However, the Pontier family has no other way to avoid this emergency. Though it was only for a moment, the way you acted toward young Lord Joshua did not seem fake in my eyes. I hope that you will have a serious conversation with young Lord Joshua at least once. Cox. I guess I misunderstood, my greed for young Lord Joshua overtook my words. Please don't mind it too much. No, I'll meet with him before he departs. Please prepare an opportunity for us to have a meal together. Really? Please leave it to me. I will take my leave for now. I will return with good news. I'll leave it to you, Cox. I wonder if it'll be okay. On the day that the Crimson Knight Order returned from the Loch Fief, a grand feast was prepared in the Agnes estate after a long time. And then, I completely destroyed a pack of kobolds. You. How can I believe that? Speak your nonsense after you reach young Lord Joshua's level. Right. He can slash a black ogre with just one strike. Yeah, he was super amazing. Is today's main character allowed to leave so soon, my liege? You've started to say, my liege, so naturally. I'm sure it'll become a scene if anyone hears you call me that. Well, it's not like I made it up. I'm certain of it after the subjugation. I will serve you as my liege. Huh? Do I have no choice in the matter? I believe I have the right to refuse the knight's oath. I believe you're not ignorant enough to refuse a subordinate that will become a master in the future. You're more arrogant than I thought. Thank you for the compliment. You can head back for the day. I'm tired, so I would like to rest in my room. Then, please rest comfortably. Also, I was serious about what I said. I believe I have a lot to learn from you, disregarding your monstrous skills. I would be honored if you could give me the opportunity to serve you as my liege. I'll think about it. I will take my leave. Please call for me whenever you need me. A subordinate, there were some people who wanted to follow me in my past life. Of course, I politely refused all of them. Because I decided to become his sword. If people started to gather under me, I thought that he would start to be vigilant about me. That's why I refused them all, but, Kaiser, why, the painful memories from that time. Draxia Bell Grace. How do you know that cursed name? How do I know? When I was betrayed, he, who I thought was one of my good friends, was there as well. Young Lord Joshua. Are you hurt anywhere? I will call a doctor, thank you, but it's fine. Don't worry about me and go where you were heading. I came here to tell you that there is a meal prepared for you. Everyone is waiting. I thought I said that I won't be participating since I wasn't feeling well. It is not a feast. It is a seat that Duchess Vanessa has prepared for you. Your mother, Lucia, has also attended. What did you say? Joshua. Mother. Come in. So you're Joshua. It's our first time meeting, right? Earl Joshua, please mind your manners. She is the Duke's wife, the Duchess. What kind of glare? Joshua, you should greet her. I'm Joshua von Agnes. Agnes? Let's keep calm, since I won't see him again after today. I didn't feel comfortable because we haven't ever greeted each other properly, even though I heard that you'll be going to the capital soon. Capital? Are you talking about Acadie, Duchess? You haven't heard anything yet, have you? Earl Joshua was knighted as a C-rank knight, so the Duke said that he will take Earl Joshua with him to the academy in Acadie. Really? Joshua became a knight? That's right. I gathered us here today to congratulate him and to serve him a proper meal. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to take care of the two of you until now. I hope that you can forget any possible ill feelings that exist between us through this meeting. What do you mean, ill feelings? That's nonsense. Thank you for saying so. Then, shall we eat now? Please prepare our meal. Earl Joshua, please take a seat now since it seems everything is prepared. That's right, Joshua. You should be well-mannered towards your aunt. This meeting was prepared for younger sister Lucia and Joshua, but it's not making you uncomfortable, is it? There's no way. That's good. I was worried that my younger sister perhaps might not like me. I hope that we can become closer through this opportunity. Really. Thank you so much for taking care of us like this. Then, both of you have a great meal. One moment. Before we have our meal, I would first like to apologize. I am sorry that I was unable to greet you beforehand, even though you are taking care of my mother and I like this, Aunt. It's fine. Don't worry about that and eat comfortably. I cannot accept such consideration like this again, even though you prepared this meeting for us first. What does that mean, Joshua? Mother, it seems like Aunt is taking too much care of us. There is barely any food for Aunt, but there are all kinds of delicacies in front of us. Ah. It's the last meal before I leave, so I would like it if we could all enjoy it together, Aunt. I've had my life threatened hundreds, no, thousands of times in all sorts of ways. Of course, poison is something that I don't even have to mention. As I thought, she cleverly added poison to our food only. And I'm sure that it's ponderosa, a poisonous pine that is very subtle and hard to find proof of. It's our first time having a meal together. Shouldn't you be enjoying the food with us, Aunt? It's not just because I want to be considerate to you. I'm also being wary of the food I eat because I've gained quite a bit of weight recently. Aunt is watching her weight. It doesn't make sense, as you are already beautiful enough. You're flattering me, Earl Joshua. By any chance, did this young kid notice the ponderosa? He's a fierce child who has been hiding his skills for many years. He'll definitely become suspicious if I don't eat anything until the end by using my diet as an excuse. Why are you thinking so hard? By any chance, did you poison the food?